OpenAI recently released 10 new mathematical breakthroughs that their latest models have come up with. And I just want to take a moment to add here some of my comments and reactions to that drop, and also to summarize some of the most interesting points from my conversation with group theorist from Cambridge, Francesco Fournier-Facio. That was a really interesting conversation. And now that I've had a minute to digest it, I just want to let you know what were my main takeaways. First of all, undoubtedly, these 10 results are big. For example, Francesco said about the existence of non-sophic groups that it goes without saying that this is a very big result and it would be accepted in the annals of mathematics. However, OpenAI downplayed recent progress on these problems, and it didn't seem to give enough attribution to the body of human work that these results are building on. They're really building on the shoulders of giants, of group theorists, and other mathematicians. Something that Francesco complained about is that there is not a single name attached to this result. It's just written by OpenAI, so there is not one single person we can write to ask questions about this result. There is no help from OpenAI to further digest this result, which is something that Terry Taoist says we should put a lot more emphasis nowadays when AI produces a proof. It seems there is no group theorists in the staff of OpenAI. As Francesco said, the original paper included some very awkward things that any group theorist would have noticed and would have simplified some of the arguments right away. But on the other hand, when they shared a preliminary version of this with group theorists, they were demanding comments within 24 hours from professional group theorists. All 10 of the results they released come with a formalization and verification in Lean, which also means that they're probably, when they are looking for problems to solve, they're probably restricting themselves to areas of mathematics and problems that would be easy to auto-formalize in Lean, so they do not depend on professional mathematicians in their staff to check the work. While some people's reaction to this announcement is that math is solved or that mathematicians are obsolete, as Francesco points out, this kind of research breakthroughs, for example, the existence of non-sophic groups, only opens up lots of new avenues for research by human mathematicians. For example, there are many conjectures that are thought to be true for sophic groups, so one might want to try to see if these examples of non-sophic groups do not satisfy those conjectures that are thought to be true for sophic groups. OpenAI says they spent some $2,000 in tokens to get these results, and two important comments apply here. One, most mathematicians in the US and in the rest of the world do not have access to that kind of funding, not even $2,000, to run those AI computations. And second, AI says they spent $2,000 on these positive results, but they are not telling us how much money they are burning through on attempts that failed. Clearly, they're also attempting to solve other more well-known conjectures like the Riemann hypothesis, and who knows how much money they've already thrown at the window trying to do that.